Today this is San Francisco Kindergarten to College program. This is a City and County of San Francisco program from the Office of Financial Empowerment. My name is Elisa Rodriguez Fury. I work as a community engagement specialist for the K2C program or Kindergarten to College program. My information, my email and phone number are here. So if you need to contact me after this presentation, please do so. We also have here on Zoom, my program manager, Mohan Kanungo, and he's going to be supporting us answering questions and also dropping some links on the chat so you can have more relevant information to the program. So this is the agenda for the meeting today. I am aware that we only have half an hour, so hopefully we can keep some space for questions and answers at the end of the presentation. Today, we're gonna just briefly describe the Office of Financial Empowerment mission and programs. We're then gonna talk about the mission of Kindergarten to College, the problem, our solution, the benefits, and our impact. So with that being said, the Office of Financial Empowerment is an office inside the tax collectors, which is in City Hall. And the mission of the Office of Financial Empowerment is to convene, innovate, and advocate to strengthen the economic security and mobility of all San Franciscans. So there are different programs that we have in this office. We have Smart Money Coaching. So Smart Money Coaching is a program that improves the financial capability, providing the skills necessary to achieve positive financial outcomes and improve people's financial well-being. This is one-on-one coaching support.
Excuse me, Elisa,
Yes.
This is the interpreter. Can you please slow down and so that we can interpret clearly? Thank you.
My apologies. Yes, I will slow down. So I will repeat what I just said. Smart Money Coaching is a program of the Office of Financial Empowerment, Bank On, and Kindergarten to College San Francisco, which are three programs that we run in the Office of Financial Empowerment. So Smart Money Coaching, it is basically one-on-one coaching support that aims to improve the financial capability by providing skills necessary to achieve positive financial outcomes and improve people's financial well-being. So this is a free program. It's offering different languages. So if you or anyone you know would like to take advantage of this service, please visit our website for that. Also, we have another program called Bank On San Francisco. So Bank On helps you find a safe, affordable bank account with no overdraft or hidden fees. It doesn't matter how much money you have or if you don't have a social security number or a California ID. And our third program is Kindergarten to College. And this is the program that I'm going to talk about today. And then we also have other pilots that we run to, again, strengthen the economic security and mobility of all San Franciscans. So Kindergarten to College started in 2011. And Kindergarten to College was the first program in the nation of its kind. We opened children's savings accounts for college for students in the public schools, specifically SFUSD. We aim to improve the odds for San Francisco students and set all San Francisco public schools children on a path to college. This from the very first day of school, we automatically open college savings account for all K-11 new students in San Francisco. So this is our mission. And again, we are part of the City and County of San Francisco, part of the Office of Financial Empowerment. So what is the problem? The problem is the high cost of college. As we all know, college can be very expensive. As you can see in this screen, we developed a little table of the average annual cost for universities in California. This is for universities in California, California state universities, but also private colleges in California. And of course, the other universities in the nation might fluctuate in cost depending where they are. But for California, you can see that the average annual cost for UCs is $35,000 or more. The average annual cost for California state universities is $25,000 or more. And then private colleges in California goes up to $64,000 or more. And the cost, of course, might depend as well on family income and other financial aid or scholarships that students can get when they enter college. So our solution is opening children's savings accounts for college, kindergarten to college. So we offer this solution through a study that was developed years ago. We know that a child with a college savings account in their own name is up to 7 times more likely to go to college. They are also, even with less than $500 savings, 3 times more likely to attend college and 4 times more likely to graduate from college than a student that doesn't have a college savings account in their own name. So how does kindergarten to college work? Every child enrolled in kindergarten through 11th grade as of fall 2021 with the San Francisco Unified School District will automatically receive a college savings account at Citibank with an initial incentive of $50. This is for every new student in the district. All the students that were already in the district, they already have a K2C account. We are now in the process of opening new accounts for all the new students in K-11. And you might wonder why only K-11. So this is because we started the program in 2011. So right now we have only K-11, but by next year, we're gonna have all K-12 students enroll in kindergarten to college. So these are some of our key features of a kindergarten to college account. The accounts are free. There are no fees associated with these accounts. Another thing is that families don't have to do anything on their end. We open the accounts for families. You don't have to provide us with anything. The City and County of San Francisco takes care of this process. So we open the accounts with Citibank. There is also no impact on public benefits. There are other savings accounts for college, like the 5 to 9 accounts. Those can impact your public benefits. But for kindergarten to college, we don't have, you don't have to report your account when you're applying for public benefits. There are also various deposit channels, and I'm gonna talk to you about these in a moment. We also have dedicated college savings for post-secondary education. So these accounts are saving-only accounts. There are deposit-only accounts. That means that families cannot just go and get money out from an ATM or the bank. There are deposit-only accounts. They are there for the future education of students. But however, we allow families that face financial hardship, they can have an emergency withdrawal by filling out some forms that we have for families. The accounts can also have access. You can have access to view your accounts online. And this is done by, if you register online in our platform, you can create a username and a password, and then you can see your account online. And this is great because you can also get a $20 incentive by doing that the first time. So this is the timeline when accounts are open. So in September, we request the data, the enrollment data to SFUSD. Once we receive this data of all the new students that enter in the district, we create accounts, which is the process that we have right now. We're creating new accounts for all new students in SFUSD. And by November, families will receive a welcome packet with the account number. So we are finishing those welcome packets, and families are going to be receiving a welcome kit in their address that they provide to SFUSD when they enroll their students. And then by February, this cycle restarts again in spring. So there are 2 times during the year that we open accounts for students, in the fall and in spring. So this is an example of the welcome kits that we send home. This is for all new families in the district. As you can see, the welcome letter includes the account participant, the account number, and the Citibank routing number. So you can start immediately make deposits into your student's K2C account. This year, this might look a little different, but just wait for a form of this kind on the mail by November. So for the families that are already in the school district, we also send in November activity reports. These are a little different than the welcome kits because some of the families that have been saving already into the K2C account, they have done some contributions, of course. So we send you an activity report with the family contributions and gifts that your student has received. Sometimes we offer also during the year, we offer contests where students can participate and win scholarships with the program. So that would also be reflected in the activity report if your student participated and won a scholarship. There are also the incentives and contributions or scholarships listed here, and then the total save for the participant, in this case, a student. So these are the ongoing incentives that we have for the year, for the school year, and just be aware that every year ongoing incentives might be different depending on the funding that we have available. So for this year, we have a 20 Save Now incentives, and this is only for new accounts. So the accounts that we're opening right now, these families are gonna have all school year to make a deposit and take advantage of this incentive. Any deposit they make, they will get $20 into their K2C account. We also have the 20 match incentive. So this means that we're going to match you dollar by dollar deposit. So if you deposit $1, we're gonna match $1. You deposit $5, we're gonna match $5. And this is for a total of $20 per school year. We also have a growth incentive, which is the for your contributions, you will receive a growth incentive in your K2C account. And then we have the 20 register or view balance online incentive. And as I explained before, for families that register online, they can access their account. They create a username and a password. Then they can access their student's account and view all the activity online. For doing this the first time, families can receive a $20 incentive. And every year they sign into their account after that, they're gonna receive another $20 incentive. We also have a super exciting incentive. This is the K2C's 100 saving incentive. So this year we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, and Kindergarten to College is going to award a $10 incentive for each contribution made up to 10 times. So this is a total of $100 this school year. And again, this is to mark our 10-year anniversary and encourage ongoing savings. We also have specific school or incentives. In this case, we have an equity incentive that we started last year and is continuing this new school year. This is only for first, second, and third graders at selected schools. So we already, the selected schools you can see at the bottom. These schools are Bryan, Carver, Chavez, Drew, Hart, Malcolm X, John Muir, Paul Revere, and Sanchez. So K2C already deposited $150 into first, second, and third graders at these schools. Families can earn $300 more, and they just have to do 2 different deposits of at least $5 each. So if families make the first deposit, we will deposit another $150. You make another $5 deposit, and we're gonna make another deposit of $100.50. And this is gonna give you a total of $500. This of course includes the $50 that we started your account with. So this is $500 save for your college aspirations. This is a really great incentive. So families, if you have students in these select schools, or if you know anyone that have students at these schools, please let them know of this incentive. It is a great incentive, and the expiration date or the deadline is June 30th, 2022. There are 4 different ways to make a deposit into your K2C account. There is the direct deposit. What that means is that through your employer, you fill out a form that we provide to you, and then give it to your employer, and you can do, they can make deductions from your paycheck or your payroll every month, or depending on how frequent you want to do a deposit, you can do that. This is the most easy way to do it. You just give it to your employer. They make the contributions directly into the K2C account, and then you can forget about depositing, right? Like you set that out, and the deposits are going into your student's account through your employer. There is also online bill pay service. So with this, you can do a transfer to the K2C account from your bank account. This is a service. You have to basically sit down in your computer and do this online bill pay. And again, it's like direct contribution. You can set it up to do it as frequent as you want, or a one-time contribution, whatever you feel comfortable doing with this. And then the third option to make a deposit is to go to a bank. So you can go in person at any Citibank branch and make a deposit. All the Citibank in San Francisco receive kindergarten to college deposits. You also have to ask them for a different deposit slip, and this deposit slip includes our K2C logo that you see on our screen. So just make sure when you go to the Citibank branch to ask for the kindergarten to college deposit slips. In the fourth way to make a deposit, you can send your deposit by check, or by mail. You can send a check. We can provide you with the deposit envelopes, and you just have to contact us for that. So the funds can be used to cover several expenses, right, for college or post-secondary education. They can be used to cover tuition and fees. They can be used to cover supplies. You can buy books. They can cover transportation expenses. They can be used to pay other education-related expenses. Kindergarten to college is now also offering families the opportunity to link their K2C account to a scholarship 5 to 9 account. So we are specifically encouraging families that have high savings in their K2C accounts, or families that are close to graduation in high school, to do this. The really great advantage of this is that you can keep your K2C account open and you can still keep earning incentives. So we will transfer your contributions and incentives that you have earned to a new 5 to 9 scholarship account. And also you can have a higher return for your savings under a 5 to 9. K2C are savings accounts only. 5 to 9 scholarship accounts are investment accounts. So you can have a higher return for your savings depending on your comfort level with the different portfolio options that they have. And we can definitely answer more questions at the end of this presentation. So this is our impact. We're seeding the dream on students. We believe in our students. We want every student in SFUSD to go to college or go to any kind of post-secondary education. So these pictures here are some of our students that participated in our contest last year. They won scholarships from $100 to $500. So Emiel Morales, she was an 8th grade student at Visitation Valley Middle School, and her testimonial is here. Apologies for the noise outside. Emiel say that saving money now will help her because of the major obstacles first-generation college students is financial security as they apply for college. She's aware that with some emergency financial support thanks to K2C, she will be able to apply for college without worrying too much about whether I can afford to go. Chloe Sierra, she's a 5th grade student, or was a 5th grade student last year at Robert Louis Stevenson Elementary School. She says saving money is important because it will help to pay for my college education. College is very expensive. I have been saving money for college since I was a baby. And you can see here other students that are sharing also their dreams and aspirations for college and for their future education. So these students, again, they participated in our contest last year, and they were super excited to be part of kindergarten to college, and they were super excited to learn that many of them had savings accounts for college where they can earn incentives, which is basically free money for college. So all of our students, as we know, have college aspirations, and we are here to support them. So we have Zoom office hours at any time. If you have questions, you can come to our office hours during the week. Every week, we have on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. office hours in English, and on Thursdays, there are office hours in Spanish at 9:30 a.m. And this presentation is going to be posted, and also information that is being shared through the chat. You can access the links for the Zoom office hours. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at K2CSF. We are also on Facebook at K2CSF. And we have a Facebook Spanish page. You can follow us at K2C Latino. We often are posting information about our workshops that we're having, about the different opportunities to participate in scholarships or in contests. So please follow us in social media and like us. We also recorded some YouTube videos. Please subscribe to our K2C YouTube channel. You can learn a lot of different information, like the introduction to kindergarten to college, which is very similar to this presentation that I'm doing here. You can also learn about how to find your K2C students account and how to register online to access your balance. So please follow us and subscribe in our K2C channel. This is sort of information. You can go to our website. There's a lot of information there about the program, and the most updated information about the incentives or the 5 to 9 scholarship information. Everything is there. So please just go to our website, www.k2csf.org. You can also email us at k2c@sf.org. And call us, give us a call directly if you live in San Francisco, just by dialing 311. Or if you live outside of San Francisco, but your student is in SFUSD, call us at 415-701-2311. So with that said, I'm going to take any questions right now.
If you would like to ask a question, please raise your hand and I will, you can unmute yourself to ask your question. You could also continue to chat your question in the chat box and Mohan will answer that way too.
Elisa, I saw a note from the interpreter and perhaps we can go to them. Susie, I believe.
Oh, yes, I will do that right now. Okay, Susie, I have promoted you and I will spotlight you.
Thank you so much. I couldn't get in for the longest time. I apologize.
No worries. Zoom issues. We have been having that today for sure. So if anybody has questions, please raise your hand and I will go ahead and unmute you.
Elisa, I saw a really good question. There's been several over the presentation, but just to start from the bottom, one question I saw from Susan was, what is the difference between a 529 account and K2C?
Definitely. So K2C accounts are saving only accounts for college. A 529, there are also savings accounts for college, but they're investment accounts. So that means that you can invest and you can get more return from your savings. They have different portfolios or you can invest, and depending on your comfort level, you can just choose one or the other. But since these are investment accounts, definitely you can also lose money, right? So I think it is important that you know this information, but we are actually hosting some workshops this coming week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we're gonna have the experts from Scholarshare 529, and you can join us via Facebook Live or also via Zoom.
We have a question from Yang Lang Wu. Yang Lang, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Hello, I'm Yan Lan. I have a question about my daughter. My daughter right now is at the 12th grade. At the one summer, she worked one program, she says she get $500 at the 5029 account. But I don't know how can I use the money to pay for her next semester, the university fee. I don't know where can I find the money.
Mohan, would you like to answer that question?
Sure. So kindergarten to college opens a savings account for every child in San Francisco, and the balance you can always view online at k2csf.org. So we also have sometimes, besides savings related incentives, scholarships. And it sounds like maybe your student earned a scholarship with K2C. For instance, we have a virtual college tour. And if students tour a university online and submit a small survey, we will give them a scholarship. And we've had some scholarships for art, poetry, and video contests. And those you can view the balances of in the student's K2C account online. I heard you speak about a 529 account. If you have a 529 account, then you'll want to, ScholarShare is just California's 529 plan, but you can actually have a 529 account with different financial institutions. So do you know if you have a 529 account with ScholarShare?
I don't know.
What I would recommend is I'm going to give you my email and you can email me and we'll help you afterwards, since we don't want to share any personal information over the presentation. But I appreciate the question, and just know for everyone else, you can always view the K2C balance at our website, and with ScholarShare, you could log in directly to their site, and I'll drop the link in the chat.
And also something I wanted to add, sometimes your students participate in programs like in the public library. We also partner with the public library. So if your student participates in a program that gives them a scholarship, they can choose to put it into the K2C account. So that might also be reflected when you view your account online.
We have time for one more question. Xiao Hua, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
你好，我想問下咧，即係如果係呢啲嘅儲蓄金咧，會唔會影響嗰個即係升大學嘅嗰個助學金、獎學金？咁我哋嘅家長咧，使唔使交稅？咁係咪去附近嘅銀行去辦，即係返屋企銀行辦就可以㗎啦？
So my question is, opening such a K2C account, would it affect the future scholarship for the kids' college application? And also, do we have to pay tax on any interest accrued? And the third question is, should I just go to one of the Citibank within the San Francisco just to open such an account?
I'll answer the question, Elisa. These are awesome questions. So I'll try to answer each one. You do not need to report this on your taxes. The kindergarten to college account is what is called a custodial savings account. So the city and county in San Francisco is technically the owner of this master account that we open for every student in San Francisco. And that student's name is on the account, but because we're the account owner overall, you as the parent don't need to report that on your taxes. And that's one of the benefits or differences with the 529, because the 529 is something that you own for your student. And the benefit, however, of a 529 is the earnings are not taxable if you use those for college. So there's benefits of both, and it's a little complicated, but I would recommend coming to our workshop this week, and I'll drop in the link again, and we can help support you with any specific questions. And when you go to Citibank, that's where you'll make a deposit if you already have a K2C account. So we open the account for you every year, or every year we do this for every new student. and then you receive your account number in the mail from us. And that's what you'll need when you go into a branch to make a deposit. I'll drop in a link to that in the chat of how to make a deposit. And I saw one last question. I'll just answer. Yes, you can have both a K2C account and a 529 account. And we would love for you to do that. So I think it's not either or, it's how can you take advantage of the benefits of both.
Thank you. We do have to end this session. I think if we'll take a few more minutes for Mohan and Elisa to drop any additional links or resources into the chat for folks to use, and then we'll close the session.
Thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate all of your questions, but please do not hesitate to call us or email us. We are in the office from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and we can answer your questions and also invite you to our Zoom office hours if you need more personalized help. Also, Mohan is dropping in the chat right now the workshops that we have this coming week. Please, if you have time, join one of our workshops. We have Cantonese and Spanish interpretation on Wednesday at 6 p.m. workshop. The one at 4 p.m. on Tuesday is in English, and we have a 9:30 a.m. workshop in Spanish only. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Okay, I'm going to stop